Hello from the Daily Dad. In the idyllic town of Olney, Maryland, just north of the Olney Manor Regional Park and south of downtown Olney, we have a quirky sandwich shop that has overtaken a historical landmark since 2010. The landmark is the Higgins Tavern, built back in 1829, according to its historical sign that talks about its legacy. And the sandwich shop is Sisters, Sandwiches, and Such. Such a quaint breakfast and lunch spot. Such an unexpected building for a restaurant, but is it such a big deal? Well, I'm curious, and you're curious. On today's episode, we'll be paying a few visits to Sisters, Sandwiches, and Such today on The Daily Dad. Having an opportunity to visit any kind of historical landmark is always interesting. When post-colonial settlers started to come to Montgomery County in the early 19th century, taverns dotted the landscape and could be found on every major route. This tavern was built around 1820, became part of a dairy farm operation around the turn of the 20th century. It then fell into a general state of disrepair, and then went through a restoration effort of sorts at the beginning of this century before becoming the updated structure that you see now. Since 2010, it has been Sisters, Sandwiches, and Such. Most such historical taverns have long since been demolished, and there may be only one or two other existing post-colonial taverns whose original structure remains standing in this county. Regarding Higgins Tavern, I am not sure if any of the original log fabric remains, but it is kind of interesting to see the meeting room upstairs, which now serves as a small dining area. So, even if you're not a fan of sandwiches, it's still worthwhile stopping by, taking in the scenery, reading the historical marker, and taking a breath to imagine yourself 150 years in the past when Georgia Avenue was a dirt path and riders on horseback waved to each other on this north to south thoroughfare. But if you are a fan of sandwiches, then you've really come to the right place. Place your order with the cashier, pay at the point of sale, and they'll give you a number, you find a seat, and they'll bring the food to you. Let's start with my favorite sandwich, the Reuben. To be honest, whenever I see a pastrami Reuben on the menu, my mouth immediately waters, and it has to be pastrami. Corned beef is a bit too tough for my liking. Anyway, this is a good-looking and yummy sandwich. So glad that they know how to get the balance of bread and meat and condiments right. I liked the soft marbled rye bread, and this is unmessy. I also don't care much for the overstuffed sandwich craze where things fall apart before you can even lift the sandwich to your mouth. Now, I get that eating with your hands is generally not considered very refined, but this is as close to refinement as sandwich eating probably gets. So I was happy to revisit again and to venture into new territory, and on the second visit, I ordered a wrap called the Mediterranean, as well as the bowl of watermelon gazpacho, which is on their chalkboard. These are rotating specials, and on a hot summer day like today, cold soups seem to be calling my name. The wrap features comforting warm chicken breast pieces, the coolness of sliced cucumbers, and a hint of feta, although I think the sandwich would have had more pop if there was more feta and more tzatziki sauce, as perhaps a dash of cumin. However, it is also an unmessy sandwich, easy to hold and easy to eat. The wrap is also soft, and I just like sandwiches that don't require a lot of work. It's a decent sandwich, although I preferred the Reuben better as that had more of a robust wow factor. The gazpacho was refreshing with its tangy and sweet profile, thanks to the watermelon, cucumbers, tomatoes, and herbs and red onions. So another thumbs up experience on my second visit. The next time I come, I'm going to get the best of both worlds by getting the half and half combo. And that's what I got for my third visit. For the half sandwich, I got the jacked up roast beef. Admittedly, I wasn't as impressed with this sandwich. I think I prefer roast beef warm, whereas this is chilled. And I don't like how baguettes, no matter how fresh, crumble as you eat your sandwich. However, you can easily choose a different bread for your sandwiches. The chili, though, was a winner. Meaty, hearty, a nice spice profile, and really a great side accompaniment. So after several visits, I found the overall experience to be pleasant. If there is a downside to this particular location, it's the limited seating. There is a very small upstairs area, there are a few tables on the porch and a few on the patio, and a few picnic tables under the shady trees. So on really nice days, it could be difficult to find a place to sit, but sitting outside during stormy or hot and humid days won't be much fun. There are currently 3 locations, with one in Bethesda and another in Germantown, but this is the one that I would visit. I'm sure the food will be just as solid across all 3 locations, but this one in Olney, with its pastoral location and historical significance, makes this more than just a typical lunchtime spot. Sisters, sandwiches, and such. Such a unique and tasty place to grab lunch. Hey, this is the Daily Dad reminding you to try new things and to be happy.